Hey guys, and welcome back. We have finally gotten our hands on one of these last Ronin figures that Neca has done, and I am super excited. This one here is the unarmored version. The packaging on the one I received is a little bit damaged, but I mean, the figure's there, so we should be fine for that. And like, either way, still super stoked to get this. Really nice packaging on it and everything. This is actually designed, so if you're looking at pictures, that's not like a rip or tear in the box and everything. That's actually supposed to be there. Um, you stop this. Open up that window box. Take a good look at him inside there. Real nice artwork, like right there. Just like it's just such a basic, nice ass pose and everything. He looks so sweet. And then we got all of our array of accessories, our alternate head, our little mouse or bot there, like modified and stuff. Like just I'm so excited to get into this and crack him open. So let's go on that journey. And straight out of the packaging here, this is just a real nice display. These are a lot longer than I thought they were gonna be. It's super sweet. Looks like we've got like 7 of these little like zip tie things, whatever you want to call them, little holder things. At this point you'd think I'd figure out what they were actually called, but just keep calling them doodads. We've got around like the upper arms, around the lower arms, ankles, and then around this broken sword piece here, and that's all that you got to worry about. On the front side here you do got tape over this, and it looks like that's about it. Little compartment piece here for these little spiky bits. But let's go ahead and pull him out and take a good look at him. Oh, I like that. Look at that. Look at that. Nunchuck's got a little chain on him. And it's not plastic. Sweet. Get him out. And there we have him all out of the package. And this guy is just awesome. Like, I have yet to get around to actually be able to read Last Ronin for myself and everything. But from my understanding, Mikey, last sole survivor of the Turtles, and like, he's just a badass. Like, he looks badass, and the way they did this figure looks badass. And like, my favorite thing about this is that it doesn't matter what like line you're collecting. If you're collecting Mirage, like the Zog and stuff, if you're collecting movie, like if you're collecting Universal monsters, like it doesn't matter. He's fitting in with all of it. Like, he looks on like more the live action scale to me personally, but like when you really start to inspect him and look at him, he really fits in with like the Mirage like comic line and everything. But then like some of his pieces almost look toony, like these armor pieces here and everything on his leg, on his arm, his gauntlet, they almost look toony. But then like he just, like, it really looks like he could fit in almost anywhere. I mean, like, the tune is like probably the biggest, like, hardest part to sell, but he just looks great. Like, regardless, he is an amazing piece to start collecting. And like, he's got these hoops on his belt already that you can put everything in on him. This one's like a wider one. I assume the nunchucks probably go here, but they kind of slide around a little bit. It's almost a little bit too big for him. But when he's got like Raph Sai, and like this Sai is actually really wide. Like, one second, I'm gonna find my movie Sai and compare them. All right, and we're back here. We've got his Sai here, and then the movie Sai here. Let's see if we can find a way to hold these together up here. So you can see the differences here, like, in the blades and the hilts and the handles and everything. Looks really sweet. I guess they are about the same width apart. It does look bigger, though. No, they are about the same width apart. But he comes with a really badass hand to give you that grip. Those are a little bit tight there. I'm probably going to... Oh no, that's actually moving really well, so I might not have to heat that up. I was going to say I'll probably heat that up to move it about and everything, but we're going to be able to do this without too much hassle. This is the stuff that I normally cut the video for. Yeah, we'll cut the video and mess around with that. And there it is. Alright, that was fun to mess around with. I definitely would still recommend like heating that like up. Like his fingers move pretty easily and everything, but like I mean like if you just took like a hair dryer to that hand for like 2 seconds, like you could just like and get that in there. But yeah, no, real badass. Real badass. Like look at that dude. Face, you know. His articulation is really on point too. The main difference that you really will notice is the way his head sits compared to like some of the other turtles and everything. It's a lot more like hunchbacky. You can see it kind of and like loops out and everything. But he stands about the same height and everything as like these guys here do and everything. Actually, I don't think we actually gave him a measurement yet. So 6.5. Same as these guys here. Real solid, real sweet. And so you can see how he looks with the movie. You can see if we swap him out with Super Shredder, how that would look. If we put Frankenraff with him, ooh, we just shook the camera. Wants to focus in on the wrong things. I've been seeing a lot of people pairing him with Mirage Line, and I think that's what I'm probably gonna end up doing right there, pairing him up with Zog right here, because like that just, they look so good together. I've been seeing a lot of the armored Ronins paired up with him, and like I'm working on tracking down myself one of those at the moment because I want to do something similar. But this guy comes with a lot of cool stuff too and everything, you know. We already went over the fact that he has Raph's Sai and everything. He's got like, you know, a Leo's busted sword here. He's got his nunchucks, which I think are really cool. They got this little metal chain. Real sweet. It is a cheap chain. You can definitely tell that it is a cheap chain, but it is sweet. Get some of that detail look there. Now he also comes with 4 of these. And these are the only pieces that I've been confused by. I'm not exactly sure what they're intended as, like little spikes, or where they're if they're supposed to be something that he has that they slot into, if he's supposed to hold them, throw them, throwing knives or whatever. But they fit perfectly between his toes. And so he can have little spike toes. And that's how I'm going to use them. Please let me know how you guys would use them, because I am at a loss on how to proceed with these accessories as intended. I'm just toe knifing it. But if we take a look at some of these other accessories here, we got this beat 'em up stick. My main disappointment is that this feels cheap. I feel like if I put a little bit of pressure on it, I'm gonna snap it. And I'm not sure if that's the case or not, and I don't want to test it out, but it does feel sturdy, not weak or anything like that, but kind of not like you're going to drop it and it's going to break or anything, but just like if like you try to like force it, just a little minor pressure force, you know, it will snap. That's how the impression of the feel I'm getting on it. Looks sweet. And the handle solid, so like him holding it, like he'd probably hold it like this in his hand or something. Look real sweet. He comes with an alternate head, just a little grin there, a little bit more evil eye. He's got that long black bandana eye mask, bandana, whatever we're calling it as. And then he also comes with a little Mouser dog, Mouser modified. It does seem to me that like you can like kind of bend this around here, and like I feel like I could just pull this down, and like it's just maybe like half a strip of glue that's like kind of like holding these like halves here together. But he does look really sweet. I like it. I wish he looked a little bit more on the realism side, because like I said, like he's got like this like whole mix in his scheme that could take him in almost any line direction and everything. Like, you know, movie, he has a very more realistic-ish look to him and everything. Could be that Mirage though, because you got all these like highlights and everything, highlighted areas, and you've got that like mix where like this could go Mirage, but like it could also go Toon. You know, he's just real sweet. But then you got this that kind of leans a lot more into the Toon line of things and everything. Like if this was more like of I feel like if they did it more metallic-y or like sheeny, it would like kind of fit as like just like a white robot, like realistically wise. Then you've got this journal. I'm not sure what the symbols are. I don't read calligraphy language like that. I am not sure if that's supposed to be Japanese, Chinese, or whatever. And then back's just blank. But you do get, if we can get it to focus, there we go. You can see that it's got layers of pages. Pretty sweet. His articulation, really well. You can kind of up, down, left, right. You can kind of move his head up a little bit. You can kind of have his head sit down a little bit. You kind of get him to look more up, down, side, tilt. You got it all. Those arms, ooh, real tight and everything, but you got that range that you could go anywhere. They got like the grooves and the indents in the right spots to where like you're getting that whole movement. It looks, I want to say there's a double here. Yes, there is a double. You can barely see it with the way that this overlaps it, but it is a double elbow, so you get your articulated range. Now, the thing I'm curious about is if we take this hand back off, does this come off, or is this your forearm? Because I think this is your forearm, especially with the way that they got that in there. Yep. So if you wanted to do some customizing with that and everything, this is a straight forearm piece. So that would be the same with this, but these do twist independently, so you like they look off to you or whatever. You can twist them around to like however you would want them to sit on his arm. He's got good range of motion. I don't think he has a lower half shell. I think his shell literally goes down to like here and it's just like cut off, which works really well to give him better articulation. Because unlike, you know, some stuff like here, where like that shell's kind of like an accessory add-on to a action figure and everything, instead of being like, you know, he moves independently of his shell is what I'm saying. His shell is like molded onto him. And, you know, we got this nice little curve and everything, that aged turtle and everything. Real nice. Legs, we've got that kind of doubled joint for those legs. Gives us that extra movement that we would want, especially with some of the in places where it's not going to move so well. Can't talk today. We've got that double on here. Oh, there goes the camera. Sorry about that, guys. Recording in a different spot today. So, there we go. Oh, that nice pop. This one moves a lot easier than this one. I feel like I'm going to get a paint chip moving this. If you do it like me and just out of the box start moving around, you might break some limbs. You might want to heat up that figure a little bit. I mean, Lord knows I've broken some limbs during reviews and stuff already. So, let's go ahead and remember to try to add some heat, because that also helps uh, alleviate some of that like paint chipping that you get from that first like articulated one, like a stuck joint. You know, you do that and you get that paint chip and everything. Like, nobody wants that. A little bit of heat takes care of that. He moves so well. He's got flat foot. He's a real sweet figure. I am so glad to finally have this guy. Real sweet. I dig him a lot. Mikey all grown up, guys. Thanks, guys.